Hello, welcome to battle number 13. Let's get started. It's Sunday when I'm recording. Next week is Thanksgiving week. Only working for 2 days. Having, life's gonna be pretty happy for next week at least. I'm gonna have some good turkey and just being able to hang out rather than working is going to be really nice. Oh my god. My cat really wants to come in. Come in. Okay. Alright. You can come in. Alright. So I am 10-2 right now. I did hear that the rank up gets significantly slower as I get into the Ultra Ball tier. But even if I don't make it this month, I think maybe next month I will have a choice. It really depends on how well people play when I get into Ultra Ball. Ooh, it's a Kyogre Shade Rider team. Say something about that. Kyogre, Zamazenta, Chien-Pao, or Raging Bolt. Chien-Pao is not bad. Torneros, okay. Okay. Urshifu, no Urshifu. Landrotherian. So Zamazenta. Maybe the Torneros might come out. So with this Archaludon, I wonder what Archaludon is going to do. Do I bring Tingnu or do I still bring? I could maybe have him sleep. It is a rain team, so Archaludon might have something to say against it, but let's see. This might be a pretty tough matchup for me. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Mr. Palea Champion, Kyogre, and Torneros. Okay, I need to make my move. Tornero's probably going to Tailwind. Kyogre. Water Spout probably. Thunderbolt. Into Torneros. Okay, Kyogre goes back. What's in the back? Kaogayan, okay. Sorry, I felt like my cat was still in the room when I don't think he was. Intimidate doesn't do much. Well, it does, but Tailwind for the speed control and Thunderbolt onto the Torneros. No Sash. I wonder what he was running. So always think that there is a Sash somewhere. He might Flare Blitz or Fake Out Archaludon with the Rain. Could Body Press. Let's actually Terrasilize here. Does he Fake Out? He might Fake Out. He might Protect here. And I'm going to Thunderbolt the Incineroar slot. Let's see. What do you do? Alright, Fake Out against, yep, Zamazenta. Right call. And Archaludon, Electroshock into my Raikou? Or into my Zamazenta? I would assume that is a Magenta. Yep. Alright, the the special attack rage is not great. Probably half. Yep. Citrus berry. Alright. So that's pretty healthy. Let's terrestrialize for the electro shot. Body press into our Chalodon. And I'm also going to Dragon Pulse into our Chalodon. So hopefully he tries to body press or electro shot with Flare Blitz maybe into my Zamazenta slot. Electro shot +1. It is a little scary. Now it's +2 actually. Hopefully that doesn't kill with me being resisting. Yep, okay, that's pretty. That's not much damage. Body press brings it down to very low. Knock off. Yeah, and then Dragon Pulse kills the enemy or Chalodon. Alright, so it's going to be the Kyogre. I am worried. No, it seemed like White Guard, right? No, I protected. Alright, I'm gonna White Guard here. And I'm gonna Thunderbolt the Kyogre. Maybe he decides to Water Spot because he doesn't know that I have White Guard yet. Maybe he's familiar with my set and he could choose to avoid it, but I have enough Pokemon in the back. Probably going to bring out my Shade Rider first. Ooh, Terrestrialize. What do you do? Water? Oh, okay. Fire? Bug. Maybe he's trying to resist my body press, but I'm not going to body press. White Guard. What do you plan to do? Oh, Ice Speed. Alright. Please don't double up. Knock off. Okay, that's alright. Thunderbolt does good damage. Doesn't kill. But I think with that, I have enough in the back. It is bug type. And then Kyogre's probably faster. Body press into Kyogre, and then I'm going to protect my Raikou. My Raging Bolt, not Raikou anymore, is the old Raikou. Body press into Kyogre, KOs it. And maybe Flare Blitz or Knockoff, which is not going to do much damage either way. It is going into the Raging Bolt. The rain stops. And I could just bash, and I could Thunderclap. Yep, thank you. That was... I feel like I'm making some reads. You know, compared to battle number 1 and battle number 13, I feel like I'm a different person. I'm getting much used to playing this team. And it's quite fun. I am using someone else's team, granted. Okay, it's not raising that fast, but well, before we move on, if you like the video, please subscribe, leave a like, comment, anything. I really appreciate it. And let's move on to the VOD review. Alright, so that was pretty easy compared to, you know, what I was worried about. The enemy team seemed pretty strong, and I thought that my Amoonguss, although it was out, it didn't have that great of a matchup against the enemy Incineroar, but it ended up working out okay because of the rain, and maybe because of the rain he wasn't running the Flare Blitz, or he just chose not to press it because I was resisting both. But with my lead, I was able to just take the game. Would I have brought Chimpao? Not against the Kyogre. What would I have done? Like Icy Wind and Behemoth Bash into the Tornadoes? That was something, but actually bringing out the Raging Bolt in the front is actually what carried me the game, to be honest. Tinglu, for the same reason, would have been just demolished by the enemy Kyogre with any water attack, and maybe like a body press from the enemy Archaludon. He didn't bring the Therian because the Landorus can't really do much. Well, it can do a lot against the Zamazenta and also by Raging Bolt. So if he had brought the Landorus Therian, I would actually be in a bad spot because I would have to switch out into Amoonguss and maybe Wide Guard. Maybe, but sometimes it runs Superpower, sometimes it runs Stone Edge. So even with the Wide Guard, I would be very weak against the Landorus Therian. And also Shade Rider would have brought some damage because our Charlotton just didn't do much against my Zamazenta. So here you go. The 4 I would have brought the same. If I was the enemy, I would have brought the Landorus for sure. Drizzle. So yeah, I knew that he was going to use Tailwind, and maybe there is a world where what did I do? I protected this turn, right? Oh no, I Wide Guard. Okay, so did I actually show my Wide Guard here? Oh yeah, I actually showed my Wide Guard. Okay, so I thought I didn't, but if I press the turn 1, then it makes sense that he definitely uses the Ice Beam instead of the Water Spout, and that is not knowing that is the problem. But you know, I thought he was gonna stay in, but he was scared of my Thunderbolts going into him. Tailwind is there. Is there maybe the better choice here was to press Body Press into the Kyogre slot instead of the Wide Guard, but I was afraid of Kyogre doing something, and I think it was just like a 50-50 that ended up working out. I don't think if there was a better way of going at it. Attack Kyogre, attack Thunderbolt into Kyogre instead of Tornadoes, because I am worried. The Tornadoes doesn't have much against it, but it has that weird speed reducing wind move, which also doesn't do that much damage. Maybe it has a taunt. It's not the most offensive Pokemon. All it did was the Tailwind, so maybe it wasn't a priority to take it out. But I didn't read that he was going to switch out, but maybe it is a read that I should have made, having the Raging Bolt. No, because I couldn't be sure that he knew that I had the Wide Guard. And if I had attacked into Kyogre, there is a possibility, well, definitely I don't KO it. If I both go into it, I wouldn't have killed it without having it attack once, with probably not a lot of damage on my side, even with the Water Spout. So that might be the better play. Body Press and Thunderbolt. Maybe I could Body Press and Thunderbolt Tornadoes. No, but if I was sure, I would have just body pressed and thunderbolted into the Kyogre slot, leaving the Tornadoes to do whatever that it wants to do. Only thing that I am worried about is what does Tornadoes usually run, right? Doubles this season. Tornadoes. Let's see. What run do you run? This is Tailwind. This is the weird. The wind move. Kogarashi Arashi. Which is the wind thing, right? I'm sorry I'm spending so much time looking, but I think I need to know what the Tornadoes is capable of, because it is a pretty common Pokemon, right? And that was, yeah, the Bleak Windstorm. Yeah, the 100, okay, 100. That's pretty strong. But it's just not a very offensive Pokemon. Chohatsu. Chohatsu. I don't think that's it. Chohatsu. No, that's not it. I want to see the non-translated version, which is okay, that's Taunt. That is Taunt. And this is Rain Dance. Okay, Rain Dance and Protect at best. Okay, so it's because it's used with Kyogre a lot, it runs the Rain Dance. So all in all, it is not a very offensive Pokemon. This is Heigaku. I wanna see. Speed up. Okay, so it's timid. Alright, all in all, then probably better to attack into Body Press and Thunderbolt into that slot. Our Charlodon is out. And our Charlodon's scary. I wanted to see what he did. I knew that there was a fake out coming in, so I read that. I know probably Zamazenta is a higher priority target than my Raging Bolt, so Raging Bolt attacks. I didn't want to boost the defense too much, so I Thunderbolted into the Incineroar, which worked out because it doesn't really have a lot of hit. Maybe it could Draco Meteor into my Raging Bolt, and that is actually something to worry about. But like I said, with me thinking that Zamazenta is a higher priority target, that works out. Thunderbolt. Oh yeah, Dragon Pulse, and then Body Press to take out the Archaludon, the one that has the damage. Like I said before, I should try to target that does have more damage output, so especially the first turn going against the Incineroar, the Kyogre switching out would have been a better choice if I want to get rid of their damage dealer. Electroshock thankfully doesn't do much even with +2 because it's so defensively bulky. Body Press, maybe teched in to live that. It's a possibility. Dragon Pulse knocks it out. And also my mistake of body guarding here instead of body pressing into Kyogre is a mistake for sure. because he knew that I had the white guard. He would have hit something else. Kyogre uses Ice Beam. Now we know. Could have been Specs. Or could have been a Soul Fest. I think it was a Soul Fest. It was very defensively bulky. And yep, Bug to probably protect against my body press, but I wasn't going into him much. Knock off. Yep, Thunderbolt into that, and then body pressing just to get rid of Kyogre as much as possible. To protect it, and also I protected the Raging Bolt because I thought the Ice Beam was going into the Raging Bolt again, but it didn't matter because I was able to KO the Kyogre and then knock off into the Zamazenta. That didn't really do anything, and that is game. So yeah, couple mistakes. Maybe showing Wyguard too early was a mistake. Not knowing that the enemy was just using it as a speed control and not going into tornadoes. But it ended up working out for me in this time, and it probably had a lot to disrupt with the taunt. So just knocking it out early, because it was still the early game and I did have the protection against the Kyogre, at least for the first turn. So maybe that wasn't such a bad decision. But in the middle, showing the Wyguard again when the Kyogre could just Ice Beam, that was definitely a mistake that I should, tune a little bit better for the next game. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next battle.